My dad swore that he would never let politics divide us, but then 2016 came. This is me and Michael Caputo. It is almost 6 years later when he disowns me. I think of a lot of things in my life as before and after.
I think the Trump campaign was in many ways a show. There's no question about it. But that was always to be expected. He's not a politician.
Even though we didn't agree on some things, he was conservative but open enough to realize that there are very reasonable things we can do to help our environment. I really respected that.
I restored and upgraded this boat to enjoy living and working on the water while having a relatively low environmental impact.
And seeing him with my younger sisters, he was very devoted.
If I ran and if I won, we would become one of the great energy capitals of this world.
This is what could be the beginning of what some say and hope might be a run to take the governor's job in Albany. And one of the individuals involved in this process is Michael Caputo.
I think he saw a very big opportunity and really wrote it out as far as he could.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. Do you know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks.
When Michael started working the Trump campaign, he didn't talk to me a lot about it.
What was the first thing the man said June 16th when he first launched his campaign? That Mexicans were rapists. That's what you should find outrageous.
That's not what he said.
Oh, listen, it's
That's
on
not
video.
what he said.
Bring it up.
Actually, he said that illegal immigrants were committing rape. He didn't say anything about the way
He
these
didn't say Mexicans were rapists.
That's not what the transcript says.
Anna. This is a very different president and a very different presidency, and I think that the president himself is, being personally attacked here in very insulting ways, and he feels that he needs to come to his own defense.
I know that you are standing tall for the president.
Thanks, Roger.
I support a whole lot of these things that Trump is so against. I actually very much support Black Lives Matter, common sense immigration. I've seen my LGBT friends suffer just for being themselves. A lot of the things I really still liked about my dad, they were things that directly were contradicted by supporting Trump. And so it became harder and harder to talk to him. In June of 2017, when the shooter attacked the Republican baseball team, I wrote a post. I was disowned because of that, and I have not talked to him since. I grew up in Scientology, which is very limiting. They're very manipulative. If you don't fit into their molds, they try and break you to fit into their molds. I didn't have a lot of self-confidence because my whole life, in my childhood, I was always told I was never good enough. I'm never going to be anything. I wish that Michael had been around to step in and be like, this is probably not a good thing. I wish I'd had that support. He wanted a DNA test before we got too involved. After the DNA test was finished in 2011, he came out to Berea College to meet with us. Michael did preface all of the relationship with, listen, I am very conservative, and this is who you're going to be involved with if we have a relationship. But he did say, I will not allow politics to separate us. I never had a father growing up, and at 27 years old, I was very excited with having my dad back, and some of the stories he would tell me, the love he showed his daughters was so wonderful. I wanted a piece of that. I wanted a part of that kind of relationship. If I could give Michael a message, I would say, I wish this wasn't the end. It probably would take some time, but I've forgiven a lot of people a lot of worse things, so I could probably forgive this too. It's probably a weakness of mine, forgiveness. I've been a single mom. I've been on government subsidies. I know how hard it is to get off of them, and I know how hard it is to just be in poverty. You're still adorable.
Sure.
You are.
I don't know what world you live in.
This one. Whoa! You stopped and I stopped and we went sideways. I'm very liberal because I don't want anyone else to feel as hopeless as I have. You know how long it's been since I've swung on a swing?
Years?
Probably.
Decades?
No, I'm not that old. I mean, Yoda was, what, 900 when he died? My daughter's name is Alora. I named her after a movie by George Lucas from the Val Kilmer, Warwick Davis movie, Willow. She's a princess who, through her very existence, changes the world. She saved my life. She's awesome.